policies. We're gonna go ahead and start, just so you two know. It's all good. Keep talking. Annual policies, sick leave policy, legal status and operation. Okay, so.
I was informed that Jessica will not be joining us today. So 72, 15, 70, 50, and 77, 10, I believe.
We have 7250, 7050, 7250. Those are all Jessica. And
Yes,
7710. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause she could just, well, yeah, okay. Let's go to the sick leave policy.
Let me go get Brooke. She wanted to talk to you about that.
She's coming.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
Sorry, unable to open.
I
the
see
file.
her for me. I didn't take a picture of us meeting for my internship.
Oh my god.
If you don't want to be looking right at it.
It's freezing in here.
That's why I wear a coat when I come out of this building.
I got this on.
I pretty much have a jacket in my car no matter what,
Okay.
because
That's
everything's
great.
AC. Okay.
Okay. I guess I will sign that in.
This is the draft. No, this is the current.
And do we know how many policies have you talked to Megan about?
I have. She's still working on them.
Okay.
So she will be hopefully getting back to me soon. Oh, thank you. My son did a collab with my. Let me be right back.
Okay.
Good card.
Hey, quick. So Brooke, there is something in here, I guess it must have been added and highlighted, but this is during IBB, and I'm thinking,
What was it?
so I think.
So I would just change that to
yeah,
in view
just-
person.
Yeah, at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a different scenario for adding it to policy and taking it out of negotiated agreement, and I
Mhm.
think that.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
So it's just, okay, so it's just administration of the sick leave policy. So one of the things, the committee used to actually come together on a regular basis. But for time's sake and time sensitivity, on some of these cases, we actually confer electronically. We're not under obligated rules, we can make decisions. So, but we feel like, Rebecca and I feel like we need to at least meet at the beginning of the year to remind people of the rules, and that, you know, the sick leave bank isn't for like everyday illnesses such as the flu, and it's more for catastrophic things.
Right.
And just so, and then we understand how
It
it
works
works.
and stuff.
So that's the only thing.
Because we've had some turnover in the past couple of years with
Mhm.
regards to member, or people who have become part of the committee,
Mhm.
and I don't know if they necessarily have been brought up to.
And I want
Yeah.
them to
Yeah.
know, you know, basically where each sick leave bank stands
Right.
currently, and so they have that understanding of going into it every year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
other than that, I
think
mean,
That'll be at the bottom.
but I just basically transferred language over from the negotiated agreement into this policy, and just cleaned up some of the language of it. And so
Okay.
when Rebecca reviewed it, I think she saw that it's pretty much the same.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so with, okay,
We
so
don't
you
have to skip
put,
ahead, we can start at the beginning if you want.
oh, no, that's fine, I'm just, go ahead.
So I was gonna kind of explain what's going on there. So I highlighted anything in the original one, not Brooks, that has to do, and linked to the law. So it'll tell you which law off to the
Okay.
side once you click on it.
Perfect.
And those are the, direct, quotes from it.
Oh, okay.
So that way
Perfect.
you don't even have to pull it up.
Oh,
But
sweet.
at the very bottom, if you scroll all the way down, those are all clickable links
Mhm.
that will go to that, go to the actual legal reference themselves.
Okay, perfect. This one doesn't look highlighted though,
No.
the Family
that
Medical
one-
Leave Act.
No,
Okay.
it is not.
So, did we, let's see here,
So I didn't change anything in the sick leave policy itself. That language remains the same. I just transferred language from the negotiated agreement on the administration of the sick leave bank over into this policy.
Okay, I think what I guess, clarification, so are we not going to create a sick leave bank policy? Or we're just embedding the sick leave bank in
Yeah, we
the
agreed that we would embed it into this policy. That was the language in the NA.
Okay.
The recommended language.
Alright, so, all benefited employees of this district, will be entitled, it's in this district. Of the district will be entitled to sick leave with full pay of 1 day for each month of service, a major portion thereof as projected for the employment year. What does that mean? All benefited employees of the district will be entitled to sick leave with full pay for 1 day for each month of service.
So I would say maybe just to kind of clean this up a little bit, certified staff is based off of days, where classified staff is based off of hours. So they are issued, classified staff are issued, allocated, let's say if they work 6.5 hours per month, then they would be issued 6.5 times 9, 58.5 hours of sick leave per year. So you might want to have some sort of language that defines that. I think that's probably where that sentence that is confusing and there's kind of coming from. So, but certified staff, they're issued 1 day for each contracted month.
Okay.
And certified staff are issued based off of daily hours.
Classified.
Classified, is that?
Yeah, I got you, miss.
So certified staff are entitled to
1 day for each contracted,
one
or not contracted month. It's 1 day per each month worked in the school year.
month of service, correct?
Yeah, in the
What
school
it
year.
says down there.
Yeah, because they're paid over 12 months. I don't want to do that. They're not getting 12 days.
Classified staff are entitled to what? Oopsies.
How do I want to word that?
Is it an hourly ratio?
Are entitled to 1 day of sick leave per hours worked in a day.
You want the
Okay.
additional 2? Is that
No. So they are entitled to 1 full day.
So if they work 6.5 hours, they would be entitled to 6.5 hours in that month. If they work 8 hours, they're entitled to 8 hours in that month.
Okay, we're entitled to.
That's hard to explain.
Yeah, so now can you put that into words, Michelle?
Staff.
We could ask Chad.
Yeah.
You can.
Sick based on
All the different names.
allocated time.
Hourly time worked. Daily assignment or something? Assignment.
Worked in their daily assignment. Their hourly time worked in their daily assignment.
Okay, their hourly time worked. Oh, there we go. New keys. Worked within their daily assignment.
And and also in order for classified staff to qualify for sick leave, they have to work a minimum of 20 hours per week.
Okay.
minimum of 20 hours a week required to be worked to qualify. A minimum of 25 hours.
Just 20, not 25.
20 or 25, you said 20, right?
20.
Yeah,
Mhm.
minimum 20 hours a week.
Required. I don't like that too deep.
I know, a minimum of 20 hours a week. In order to be eligible for sick leave, a classified employee must work a minimum of 20 hours a week.
Good.
I like that because it also puts the classified in there because we did talk about certified in a sentence before, so that's, yeah.
Minimum, okay, what did you say?
In order for classified staff to qualify for sick leave, they must work a minimum of 20 hours a week, or they must have a regular assignment no less than 20 hours a week. Or 20 hours a week or more. Sorry.
Well, the minimum says that.
I know, but
Yeah, we can put it on here, I can't see it. There. No. There.
Is that accurate?
pursuant to the
Hourly time contributed?
yes.
Okay.
Still wordsmithing that. It's a classified employees.
Okay, is that clear or is that clear as mud?
Is that clear, Rebecca?
I think it's clearer than what it was.
In order for classified to qualify for sick leave, entitled to 1 full day pursuant to hourly contribution. I struggle just with that 1 full day component because we understand that if somebody works a 6-hour day, that's a 6-hour day, and if somebody else works an 8-hour day, that's an 8-hour day, but I feel like that still needs to be somehow.
Explain
I
better.
mean, it does say pursuant to the hourly time contributed, but yeah, I don't know if we're getting too detail oriented on that, but I just feel like
I mean, you could put in there an example, e.g. if an employee works 6.5 hours a day,
They get a 6.5 hour day.
yeah,
Always
and
like examples.
8 hours.
Alright, so classified.
But it is their day. I mean, if they call in sick, they're gonna call in for their day, which is a 6.5 hour day, right?
That's true.
But we don't want them thinking that if they're a 6.5 hour employee, that they're gonna get 8 hours and then keep building their sick bank. It's,
I mean, right.
yeah.
So classified employees will then be entitled to 1 day that is equivalent to the hourly time contributed.
Perfect.
I think that
Okay.
was
Is that better?
I
Yeah.
think that cleans it up a little bit, yeah.
Okay. So that we know there's some equality of the
Right,
time you
right.
do and the time you'll get.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so. In no event will the board provide compensation for unused sick leave except as provided by Idaho Code for retirement purposes. The board or its designee may require medical verification from a licensed physician or proof of illness and or sickness. Okay, only states the board require proof, not a designee, right?
So I would say I can't see that the board would be requiring proof, because that would be like going to the board and, I mean, we're getting in, that's an operational issue. So I have employees that have been out, and it's in the classified handbook that if they're out for more than 5 days, then we can require a doctor's note. Also, I require a doctor's note after 5 days, just because of the fact for FMLA purposes, I have to notify them of their FMLA rights, and that would not be a board thing of notifying staff of their FMLA rights. That's time sensitive.
After 5 days.
Mm-hmm. I have to notify them, you know, that they could potentially qualify for FMLA depending upon the situation, and that's federal law.
Right, but according to Idaho Code 33-12-16, the Board of Trustees may require proof of illness adequate to protect the district against malingering or false claims. So I hear what you're saying, but I think if it's in policy that it's directed, then it would be supported by your procedures or protocols, or what's in language in the handbook, to support why it's in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I would like to at least have designee in there. I would be that designee person, and then if, you know, something should come up, then of course I take it to the board, but I don't want to delay my time requirements for FMLA waiting for a board meeting.
And it also does say may, so that
May.
also kind of buffers a little bit too,
Shall.
so.
Oh, she just took
Well,
away.
the board requires proof, not a designee. So, if we can, so you require it
yeah.
after 5 days, correct?
Yeah,
So why shouldn't the policy reflect that?
I just want to make it, I don't want it to have to wait to go to the board.
No,
Okay.
but, okay, here's where I think we're getting confused. If the board's requiring medical verification from a licensed physician or proof of whatnot, what that's, stating is that if in your procedures, that's what it says, you can back it up from the policy by saying, no, the board has said this.
Okay.
So you need to give it to me. It's not that you're bringing the proof to the board, so
Gotcha.
the board's reviewing it.
Yeah.
It's just a directive by the board that this is a requirement.
I have a quick question on this though. You're inferring that it's a 5 days, like a solid 5 days in a row. Is that what that's going to stipulate, or is it just, because I don't see anything about numbers of days in this policy, and I don't want to necessarily get that specific, but like, if a teacher has taken a day here, a day there, a day there, and then now they've racked up 5 sick days in like a quarter, is that the
So-
same as what you're saying?
So no,
Okay.
it's 5 days. If they're out 5 days in a row and are going to be out longer,
So I
then
heard that
I
used
have to
yeah.
notify them of those FMLA rights.
And that's where I'm wondering if that's something that might need to be
Maybe after
clarified.
5 days,
Yeah.
just put the days
Something
in there.
that- Put that in there, so
Yeah.
it just kind of cleans that up a little
Right.
bit too.
Mhm.
So the medical verification from a license for proof of illness or sickness after 5 days, gone or out or whatever, cause then I think
I wanted
that kind of
to move
specifies
this
when that would be
because I don't
put into
think
play.
it's
As opposed
sequential.
to teachers thinking they need to bring in a doctor's note every time they have a sick day or.
Oh, God, no.
Alright, so the board requires medical verification from a licensed physician for proof of illness and or sickness.
After 5 consecutive days.
I like that. That works.
So that's just us saying this is what we expect
Yeah.
and you are carrying that
Yeah.
out. Okay, in no event will the board provide compensation. I moved that because it seemed really stupid in the middle of the paragraph. Will provide compensation for unused sick leave except as provided by Idaho Code for retirement purposes. Unused sick leave will be accumulated from year to year as provided in the negotiated agreement and classified handbook. But we're taking sick leave out.
We
Should
know we
provide
do,
it in.
we do provide, well, I mean, you've got sick leave in the policy, so it's not necessarily in the negotiated agreement.
Right.
I mean, it's basically per this policy.
Right. As long as an employee remains continually in the service of this school district. Okay, well, I guess I get why it's there, I think it's stupid. We're done, pardon. Employees may accrue unused sick leave. Upon retirement, employees' accumulated unused sick leave must be reported by the district to the public employee retirement system. This is just so windy.
And that's where they can apply it to.
That's when they take,
retire their medical insurance, right?
their unused sick leave can be applied to insurance premiums on the district's retirement plan.
Okay.
And that's Idaho code.
Yeah.
Employees, okay, salary reductions shall be made for sick leave used in excess of that granted by this policy. For all employees, daily salary deductions shall be based on dividing the annual salary by the number of days required to be on duty during the school year.
Annualized.
Family illness. Each employee will be allowed to use personal illness for immediate family illness to include spouse, children, siblings, parents, grandparents, grandchildren, in-laws, same members of the spouse's family, and dependents residing in the household. Medical verification of the family member's illness may be required to be provided to the district.
And again, I would ask under what context for that? Would it be
So-
similar to the 5-day thing from up above?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is if I'm alive.
Yeah, it's similar, I mean,
Yeah, it's not the same exact, but I remember that verbiage in there.
yeah.
But I would think that just for clarification
Yeah.
purposes, having that in there would be.
So I didn't cite FMLA in here because the whole entire FMLA is a beast to go through.
Yeah, yeah,
So
no,
I was
no,
like,
no,
oh, I'm not
no.
gonna highlight
No,
all of that.
it's many pages long, you know.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I have to have time
Well,
for
yeah,
that.
you have
Yeah,
to.
it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay, so medical verification of the family member's illness,
Maybe we should say when the absence extends,
Oh, the absence.
because they might still be sick, but.
cause I think we made it a requirement, right? The board requires medical verification, so yeah, okay. So, medical verification of the family member's illness will be required to be provided to the district when the, employee's absence leave extends to 5 days and beyond.
Perfect.
Is that what you were talking
Yep,
about?
yeah.
Okay. Alright, sick leave bank administration. The sick leave bank is administered by the sick leave council, which includes 2 administrators, directors appointed by the board, and 2 teachers appointed by the LEA. All members of the council must also be members of the sick leave bank. In case of a tie vote, the superintendent shall cast the deciding vote. The council will review the sick leave bank annually during interest-based bargaining to revise guidelines notes. Okay, so
So this is where we wanted to change that to, I guess, annually at the beginning of each school year,
Mhm.
or in a timely fashion, or,
You
either
can just
way.
click the, yeah,
Okay.
now it'll go away.
Thank you. The council will review the sick leave bank annually,
At the beginning of the school year.
prior to the start of the school
Yeah.
year.
We have a balance in there, right? Is that right?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. So they know what they're dealing with when it comes to.
Yep.
balance.
well, like I said, we've had some people leave and new
Mhm.
people join the committee, and I think just kind of going, that's always a good idea to refresh some of the policies and procedures, I think.
I
You know,
agree.
It's like assuming people know stuff that they might not, so.
Yep.
I just, yeah, and just kind of educate them on
Yeah.
how we don't want people abusing the sick leave
Correct.
bank, because these are, you know,
Who schedules it?
so I would say me.
Okay.
Okay, so, do we need it to be more specific than prior to the start of the school, because wouldn't,
I would like it in person, an in-person meeting, just
The-
because.
The council reviews it, yeah. Yeah, and that should probably be there, the council will review in person or annually in person, because, yeah. I too will.
Rebecca, is there anything in there, like, when we start getting into requests, how we maybe need to put in, electronic?
Yeah, I mean, because we kind of have gone that direction, it used to be that we would have to meet as a committee
Yeah.
to approve things, and now I think, yeah, it should probably be in there at some point, so I'm guessing maybe that when we get to,
so,
yeah, cause it doesn't say, well, maybe it needs to be under that, you think it should be under this paragraph?
And then, the council will meet, via electronically, for each, request.
So this one, it should be, the council will meet in person annually to review the sick leave, and then at the end we could put,
Yeah,
from that point forward, we'll meet via
meet and
Ele-
vote via electronically.
yeah.
Or to make determinations, is that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I get those requests, Rusty, I send them out to the members and I send them out to the superintendent, and then I give background to the employee without disclosing the name for HIPAA purposes. And then I just, yeah, how long they've been employed, what the illness is, if we anticipate they'll be returning, you know, that type of thing. And then Becca always brings up, follow-up questions, which I'm glad she does.
Clarifying questions.
Yeah, no, it's perfect, because I just, nothing annoys me more when we have people that abuse the bank.
sorry.
Okay, so that, we have, those clock hours that you signed off the other day, you wanted
I
Becca?
decided,
virtually
yeah,
to
so-
review
Yeah, so-
Can we print that in?
Yeah.
Basis.
Yeah, because they don't get certified.
Could you change
or
that?
certificates
No.
for everything.
No.
I'm firm, no.
From the first needs to the requests, like council will meet virtually to review and approve requests. And I don't know about that last part of anybody, but, and as needed basis.
Meaning you guys don't have a regularly.
No, we
scheduled-
don't,
No.
no, it's literally just,
Okay, so-
Rick gets the
When you-
request and then we get the information and then we give our yay or nay, or I'll say, hey, could you give me a little bit more in detail? And Brooke says yes or no, and then I say, okay.
To review requests.
Usually it's just, can the bank support it? Because I know that there have been a couple of years where we've had a lot of requests,
Mhm.
especially from classified, and then that's a little different because they're based on hours, just like we talked about. And so then it's like, well, do we have the hours to support this? Is this going to bankrupt them? Are they gonna have to then donate more hours? And so I just try to look out for them on that
Yeah.
perspective.
Okay.
We've only had to ask them to donate more hours, in
We've-
the
it's-
15 years I've been here, only one
I
time.
was gonna say, it's been a while since we've had to have a double request on days for certified as well, so
Yeah.
we've done pretty good kind of being mindful of that,
Mhm.
so.
Is
Basically,
there,
once a decision is made, so the decision is made after we have the votes.
Mhm.
So,
What?
yeah, we make a decision if we're gonna approve it after they voted whether or not to approve it.
okay, so,
So once the decision's made, Brooke will notify the,
okay, so you're reviewing the requests.
yes.
And then once,
And then what do you do when you review the request, what does that mean?
Then after each of us individually have looked at what Brooke has sent to us, we say, yes, we agree to approve it, or no, we don't agree to approve it. And then based upon the votes, Brooke then.
Okay, so once you made the decision, whether, you're gonna approve it or not approve it, then you vote, correct? So you're voting on negative or you're voting on positive? Or is it just, no, we only vote when we're saying yes?
No, we vote when we say no too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I would think that's correct. So once you guys make your decision of what you're gonna do, then you're going to cast your votes.
no, I mean, the decision, we come to a decision after the vote is cast. So, the decision.
But then what are
it
you
is,
reviewing?
we're reviewing the request. We're reviewing the request from the employee.
Yeah, so Brooke sends out an email that says, I have received a request for use of this many hours from a
Mhm.
classified or certified employee who has been in the district this long for, they need this many days or this many hours. And then from there, each individual person evaluates that request, and then I will cast my vote, or I will ask Brooke for more information because I'm that person that's kind of like, okay, you know.
So then you decide.
I make my own decision. Each individual person
Okay,
makes their own
okay,
decision,
okay.
and then we let Brooke know what we've decided, and then based upon our
Majority.
input, she will then let that person know, yes, you've been approved, or no, you have not.
All right, but once a decision to either approve or deny the request is determined.
Correct.
Then the council members will cast their votes. Because what I hear you saying is no, they vote after they've decided which,
Well, I think
They
the
vote-
only
they vote
decision
after-
they make is yes or no.
Yeah, they vote after they have reviewed the request. That's the only thing. They haven't made any decisions prior to casting a vote.
well, once sounds, what Rebecca said was, there is a decision whether they're gonna approve it or deny it.
That's their vote. That's their
on
vote.
If they're gonna approve it or deny it.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on.
They're like.
Cause I'm hearing different things. So Rebecca, if everybody's like reviews it and says, yeah, no, we're not gonna approve this,
Correct.
then you all vote yay or nay to not approve, correct? Or is it, you all are voting, no, I think this needs to be approved, no, I think this doesn't need to be approved, and then you count the votes.
Well, this is why we kind of, well, I think it's worked. The process that we're doing has worked. I don't know if
Right.
we can put into words the way,
We
but it
have
has
to.
been working, but we do. But this is why kind of sometimes getting into a room together face to face
Mhm.
makes it a little bit easier. But we don't have a secondary vote. I just read through the information that Brooke gives me. I don't talk to anybody else other than Brooke and say, hey, could you give me more information if I need? And if I don't need information, this is good enough. I will simply tell Brooke, yes, I approve this. So there's no secondary vote. So if I approve it, but Shannon says no, then obviously we've now canceled each other out. And then, I'm sorry, Katie, if Katie approves it, but then Rusty says no, then they've canceled each other out. And then literally it would just go
To the
to Rusty,
superintendent.
and Rusty would say yay or nay. And
Right.
he's the end answer.
Yep.
So if the two of us say yay and the two of them say no, then it goes to the superintendent to be the tiebreaker.
And
But-
that's done electronically.
But that's all done electronically. We're not having
non-process.
conversation, we're not having discussions. It's literally, Brooke sends out the synopsis.
I
Based
put it
upon
on
what I
my-
know, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yes, I approve this, or no, I don't. That's the only vote I make. That doesn't come back for a secondary vote.
Okay, so, all right, so I think I need to know what to write, so.
So that last part is kind of, yeah. I did tell Sierra that it was Lynn's job to bring candy to the meetings, so Jake will now have to take that over, so.
He's got candy on
Rusty,
his.
okay, so I don't care, Jake or Rusty?
Candy is in my office. It's open to anyone that needs it. I understand this sometimes can be stressful, so there you go.
We're good, you
I was pretty impressed that he had a big jar of chocolate sitting on his table there.
I know, I go see
Yeah,
Shannon
that's a
on
win.
every once in a while for a Twix, cause I'm like,
Oh, it's in there, and it's open to anyone who wants it.
I feel like, is it my computer or is it, no, it wasn't my computer, okay.
I didn't know there was chocolate in there, so I might be
Please,
by
come on, it's
pretty often.
open up to anyone.
Two really nice, one the athletic director.
Oh, perfect, okay, cool. I'm sure I've seen you last time.
Yeah, I've seen you. I know, I just. and
We
you're
all look
like-
different in the summer too, right? So-
Right. You're
Once
like.
you walk in on debate.
Is that better?
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
No, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. Hearing Rebecca talk through it, it's like, so this is what y'all are doing.
Each councilman will submit their vote to the hearing. Yeah, I think that's,
Captures it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, human resources responsibility.
perfect.
On employment, and employees will be offered the opportunity to enroll in the sick leave bank, enrollment or denial.
Must be documented. So I have a form that they fill out and they say either they want to be a part of it or they don't. And then we scan it to their personnel file.
Which is in there too.
So, enrollment or declining enrollment must be documented.
Sure.
Human resources will maintain records of memberships, accrued days, and bank value, and provide an annual report to the superintendent, LEA, president, and the board. Which, you've never gotten that.
Okay.
No, it's always been in the negotiated agreement, but it's not occurred. I'm curious, are you providing it to the superintendent and the LEA?
So the superintendent and the LEA have that information anytime they request it, for sure.
So you're not freely giving it?
I haven't.
Well, it says an annual report.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I
Or you
didn't
can
see
put it
that.
on request.
So I mean, we could do upon is, records can be available upon request at any time.
Yeah.
Maintain records of membership, accrued days and bank.
I'm usually the requester.
Yep.
Well, and we have to report it to our auditors
upon
too.
request.
Yeah.
Yeah, we report it to our auditors annually also.
Well, I'm just getting tracked And if I have a question, by all means, I'll come and ask.
It's tracked. You have a handy dandy report for both
I love
things.
that you have pulled. There's one district we did not, and we had some tough situations. Last year, we had actually, I don't know if it's available, but we had 2 women that had babies, and they were a little short, so.
We don't provide, for maternity leave, we
Yeah.
don't provide
We have.
sick leave bank.
We have.
Yeah, we
If
did.
it was a catastrophic event.
Yeah, we had a.
But we don't do it for regular maternity.
Yeah.
We do not. That's why we have short-term disability available now and maternity disability, for our,
But
on
they
our-
get paid for that?
on our plans. So they have to, it's a benefit, they have to pay, it's an optional benefit each month, so they have to pay a small premium, but they are given, opportunities through, Colonial to go ahead and now they can have short-term disability for maternity and for just short-term disability for whatever.
So they use up their leave, and then now they're on short-term disability.
They can collect sick leave and the short-term disability if they're enrolled in it. Yeah.
Basically, like, once you have an event that qualifies, you just submit.
But we do have language in here and did have language in the negotiated agreement that it was not eligible for maternity.
So, in theory, if I didn't want to take sick leave or maternity because I had the short-term disability, I could say no to using my sick leave and just use my short-term, no, because that would still be necessary to, like, no? Like, I could take unpaid days through the district.
Yes, you can take
Okay.
unpaid days
And they
through
get
the
paid for your-
district.
And then use my, okay,
And so then I reduce that contract
Yeah.
amount based off of that.
interesting.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
So, Human Resources will maintain records of membership accrued days and bank value. A report will be provided to the superintendent, LEA president, or the board upon request.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Okay. Eligibility. Certified employees with at least 1 day of accrued personal sick leave as defined by Idaho code are, where's my little thing? Where's the symbols? Special characters.
I've been trying to figure out how to do that for a really long time.
Now you know.
Now I know every day. Oh my gosh.
I just live without it. Nah, I don't need it.
I know, just like if you're writing
Doesn't read
papers or
correctly.
things, like when.
I'm glad you now know. Are eligible for membership. Employees who have exhausted their personal sick leave are not eligible. Okay. Okay. So this is for like if they decline up here, but then later on down the road they want to get enrolled.
Then there's
So
open
they-
enrollment, there's only open enrollment once a year. And that's during open enrollment of benefits, August 1st through the 15th.
Do you need it?
Well, that doesn't say that in
Does
here.
it say that?
Yeah.
Michelle?
And so we probably should have that in there.
Alright, so then, where does this eligibility fall in if they're
Certificate
only?
employees with at least 1 day of accrued personal sick leave are eligible for
Because then they
membership.
can donate that 1 day
Yes,
to the bank.
they have to
and
have,
then-
exactly. Employees who have exhausted their personal leave are not eligible. So yeah, if they've exhausted it, but we only have them, the reason why we only have them enrolled during open enrollment is because we have people that decline enrollment and then, oops, I have something horrible that just happened, so now I want to enroll. So we have parameters around that.
Yeah, because the way that was written, I would assume that I could do that.
At any
Mhm.
point in time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm reading it
Yeah.
as, so.
How many spent?
Can I change my Percy Plus at any time? Or is that,
Your Percy 401k choice, yeah, you can change that at any time.
is that something I have to do through you, or do I
Yes.
do it online? Perfect.
Yeah, I would have to give you a new
Form thingy.
deduction form.
I was trying to figure out the difference. I did not realize the difference between Percy Plus and Percy.
It's choice,
Yeah.
401k choice,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I thought they're the same, so no, you have two different long runs or two.
Yeah,
different-
well, and the good thing about that 401k choice though, I mean, not only does it act as a supplement to your Percy-based plan, it also, if you decide you want to get out early and purchase 24 additional months of service, if you build up that bank and you have enough money in there to purchase those 24 months of service, it's good too.
I'm not retiring early, Brooke, you don't get rid of me that quickly. Although, my retirement date, if you wanna put it on the calendar, September 1st, 2034.
I am not gonna, I think when do I go out? I go out in 10 years.
So there, I'll go up before.
So we're about the same time.
I'm September 1st, I got 9 years.
I'm November.
So, September 1st, 2034. So I don't know how that works either, so, cause technically, cause our contract starts,
So what month do you go out?
September 1st.
So, yeah, so you would still be able to go out, so your last day of your contract is August 31st. So if you're eligible September 1st,
How does that work with that? Because we report back that last week of August, so our contracted days for our next contract start in August. So there's an overlap there. We can talk more about it in 2033. I'll put it on my calendar.
okay,
I'll send you an invite.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident that I would, even if that was my date, I would still do that school year and then just make it easy on everybody, but let's see how we go.
dude, I'm out as soon as I can get out.
My husband said I could do it early. He's like, you don't even have to do the full whatever, and I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I like my job.
If I did early retirement at age 55, I would lose $2,000 a month.
That's the issue.
The amount of
Yeah.
money that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lose is unreal.
I'm at least fortunate that I'm covered by my husband's insurance, so I can actually, on this, my sick leave, I was talking to a friend of mine who works for Blue Cross, and she said that I could bank it until I needed it, so.
Okay, I like that.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Cause it is all employees, right? It's not
Yeah.
just, okay, so all employees may
Oh,
enroll.
well, all eligible employees, because remember, they have to work at least 20 hours or more. So it's all eligible employees.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, employees may enroll because we state that in order to be eligible, you have to have
Right.
at least one day.
Mhm.
So I think if we just take that all out and
Yeah.
make it employees may enroll during the annual open enrollment period at least one day of accrued personal sick leave, as defined as required for an employee to be eligible to enroll for membership. Employees who have exhausted their personal sick leave are not eligible to enroll. Yes.
So classified, just clarifying, classified, are they automatically given days in advance of days that they'll work like we are, or?
Yeah, they're
Okay, so
front-loaded.
they have those days already
Mhm,
too, okay.
mhm.
Cause I'm like, well, if they haven't worked those 20 hours,
Yeah.
they don't have those days,
No,
they
we
can't,
front load
okay.
everybody.
Okay,
Membership requirements. Membership requires donating 1 day of accrued sick leave. Additional donations may be required by the sick leave council to maintain solvency. Members who withdraw from the bank must donate 1 day the following year to remain eligible. If a member donates to rejoin after a withdrawal, they're exempt from any additional assessments that same year.
that means they can't be forced to give more than 2 days?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Or they can't be forced to give more than 1 day. So if they give a day to rejoin and we need more days later on down the road, they cannot be asked for another day?
Any additional assessments that same year, in that same year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I've been out and I'm coming back in,
Yep, and you've already
and
donated
I've
a
already
day.
given you my day,
Mm-hmm.
then 6 months down the road, we need more days, I can't be expected
Right.
to give any more, okay?
Right. Yep.
I think that was what my complaint was previously, so.
Oh.
I was asked to give more than.
So you're why this is in there.
This, I am why this is in here, cause I'm like, wait a minute, I'm glad that's in there because I was asked to give more than one day 1 year and I was not happy about it. There's always a reason.
Okay, so here's my question. This additional days, not donations, may be required to, because it sounds like you give them money.
In additional days / hours,
Okay. May be required to maintain solvency by the sick leave council. Okay, so. Well, if someone didn't want to donate, does that mean then they're
then they wouldn't be a
out
part of the
the-
council.
Okay.
Or they
Well,
would be
they
part of the
would be
bank, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not mandatory that we give our days, but if we want to have that option, then we voluntarily give it.
Mhm.
Okay, members who withdraw from the bank must donate 1 day the following year to remain eligible. Okay? If a member donates to rejoin after a withdrawal, they are exempt. Okay, so this one just, I don't understand. So,
So let's say I decide that I don't want to be a member anymore of the sick bank, like they asked me for a day and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it again, I'm done. If I then the following year, I'm like, actually that was a bad idea, I want to go ahead and join back up, I'm going to go ahead and donate my day, then that same year, if something were to happen and they needed more days from us, I would not be expected to give another day because we don't give days every year. It's just when I first got hired on, I gave my day. That's all I've been asked.
I think, I thought what this was that if the prior year they had borrowed from the sick leave bank.
Yeah, and then they had.
And then they were re-enrolling,
Yeah.
that's what this,
Okay.
this applies to.
But they
Yeah.
would be
okay, then we
expected.
need to make it clear.
Well, no, I think.
Yeah.
Because the layperson over here is like,
So, yeah.
what are we saying?
So if you borrow from the sick leave bank prior
The
and
previous
or
year.
the previous year and you've been required to donate a day in order to continue to be a part of the sick leave bank in the next year.
Okay,
And then
that makes more sense,
and
yeah.
then if we have to ask for
more days,
you will be
then
exempt
you would
from
be
that.
exempt.
Does that make sense? But I don't know how you put it into words.
Except how, I guess, is what I'm trying to wrap my head around. That sounds more like a procedural expectation as a member of the bank. That does not sound like that's a requirement for membership. Do you get what I'm saying?
It would have to be a requirement for membership because that person has. Well, we'll have to figure out how to word that in there. But it would be if you've used the bank,
Mhm.
then the expectation is you will then donate the next year back to the bank. So, and I think that should be a requirement for membership. I don't think you're
It should
donating
be.
one and then taking out 85
Right.
is equivalent. So
Yeah.
your expectation is that then you're going to donate back to the bank that you've withdrawn from in order to be part.
One day
Yeah.
in order to be able to continue
to
part of
continue to be a credit,
Yeah.
or else you're just no longer eligible to use
Right.
the bank, which you wouldn't be anyway if you use 85 days, but because that's the max you can
Mhm.
use.
So the enrollment period is in there. We'd have to look and see what that enrollment period says. We just put it above.
Well, okay, so that handles what you were just saying right there. Members who withdraw from the bank must donate 1 day the following year to remain eligible.
Correct.
What this bottom line, because that's point 3, but it sounds like, and I could be just not hearing things correctly, which is always an option, is I'm a member, I got sick, I pulled from the bank.
Correct.
Then I canceled my membership. Then and that was.
Or maybe even you didn't. Yeah.
Okay, so I withdraw from the bank for 1 year, and then the next year I don't want to be a member, and then my third year I'm like, yeah, I wanna be a member again.
You'd have to donate a day.
You donate a day.
Right, so,
So what this exempt part is if you were sick, you borrowed from the sick leave bank the previous year. Then you decided to continue your enrollment, so you donated your day. But now the bank is depleted, so we're asking our staff members to donate more. That person who already donated is
Would
going
be
to be
exempt.
exempt.
Okay, that makes more sense.
requires.
But this is where the tricky pickle comes into play.
Well, not tricky pickle, no.
If everybody does their enrollment, like I enroll and I'm giving my day, and then something happens, it's become depleted, am I exempt from that, or do I have to donate another day?
Right, like I wonder if it would be easier to just say if you donated a day that year due to enrollment, you are exempt from donating if the bank depletes and we have to.
If you've donated in that year.
In that year.
Yeah, and that actually, I think that's, when I sent that out, that is exactly what I said. If you've already donated this year, you do not have to donate again.
Yeah.
That is what happened when
That
I
would
did
just
that.
simplify all of
That's what
it.
it means.
So that's what we need to clean
Yeah.
up, cause
Yeah.
in the event it
But you
requires,
won't be asked to donate more than one year.
then any member that has withdrawn from the bank during the year are exempt from, no, that's not
Can
what
we,
we're
yeah,
saying.
so,
Yeah.
Michelle, can we rewind? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So can we take, in the event any additional days to remain solvent, okay, the ones that we want to be exempt are ones that have already
Donated
donated
that
in
year.
that current year.
Mhm.
So those are the ones. So
Any
if I have a new
that current
hire
year.
that has already donated and,
Any employee that has
That
contributed
year?
that year is
Yeah.
exempt from contributing.
Yeah, that's way easier.
yeah.
Well, then how are you getting more days
So-
if everybody's exempt?
So, no,
Not everybody.
not
Nobody
everybody
would be
is.
exempt,
All
so
of us have
I've worked in the
donated
district for
your
25 years, I've only had to donate over the course of my career 2 times.
Yep.
So like, I won't donate a year this year,
It's
but I'm
not
still in the
annual.
community, I'm still in the bank. So if Brooke sends out a thing that says, hey, we need donations, all of us who want to stay in the bank will donate, I would be one of them. And anybody else who wants to stay in the bank would be one
So
of them.
those that are exempt would be those that just joined the bank at the beginning of the year,
Or rejoined the bank.
or they are new to the district. So we would not want them to donate another day within the same year.
Yeah.
So me personally, I've only had to donate 2 in my whole entire career here.
Although it's because of the fact that I was in
New members.
in my career, I was asked to donate twice. a
Have
year,
you,
and that's
you don't
why
know if you're part of the
I
sick leave bank?
think
Send me an email so I can look you up.
Because on Skyward it says that I'm not, but I have.
Required.
It's weird.
You know what? I have a feeling. I'll look at yours again just to see. But did you donate after 2006? Because 2006 is when our Skyward system came into fruition. And they transferred everything over from the previous business management system.
Have you asked for a day since 2006?
Not from certified. Since 2009, we haven't asked for a day from certified.
Yeah, you have whatever day I gave you. So I have, I know I'm a current member because I emailed somebody and they said, yeah, you're good to go. But it's not posted in Skyward and BB.
Oh, well, I might be able to find it somewhere.
Okay, so in the event the bank requires additional days to remain solvent, I can't speak, good lord. The new members are not required to donate additional days.
I
Well,
will
anybody who has
donate it that year.
that same year, because we might have old employees that decided, I'm gonna be a part of the sick leave bank this year,
Okay,
and then they
so-
donate a day.
New members
Is this in your,
and members
so it's only classified handbook or?
have
So we had this language was in the negotiated agreement, and we decided it took up too many pages of the negotiated agreement, so we pulled it out, and we talked about that.
Oh.
And then it's in our classified, the procedure part of it is not in our classified handbook. It's not, the only place the procedure lived was in the negotiated agreement. That's why we're putting it into policy.
Members
So-
who have donated at the start of the year are not required to donate additional days.
Is that correct?
Yep.
So, in the event the bank requires additional days to remain solvent, new members and members who have donated at the start of the year are not required to donate additional days.
And if you just wanted to keep the
Perfect.
language similar, instead of at the start of the year, maybe during the enrollment period, but I don't know, that's potatoes.
We'll define it.
Well, cause during.
Yeah, during the enrollment period is good.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Just cause then it's consistent
Consistent.
language. I know you like consistent language, Michelle.
Yes, I do.
During,
The enrollment period, because I got too many words floating around in my head, are not required to donate additional days.
in the requested year.
Yeah.
Yes. The next year they might have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, see, enrollment period, we put that up top. So it was there. Remember you added that language of the enrollment period, August 1st through the 15th up at the top? I already had it in here.
I didn't add that.
Oh,
No, she just said during the open enrollment period, and then that clarifies
okay,
the period.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So-
All right.
So,
Perfect.
enrollment period.
Yep.
Enrollment period, enrollment is offered at hiring and annually from August 1st through 15th. Membership is granted upon submission of a signed enrollment form and the donation of 1 sick leave day. A day is defined as the employee's contracted work period. 0.5.83 FTE.
So
But
those are
that's-
examples given, yeah.
Right, but that would only be for
Classified.
classified, that wouldn't be
Well,
for.
no, we have some certified that have partial FTEs, so anybody, any certified 0.5 or more are also eligible. I have some that do have certified that are a 0.83 FTE.
Okay. Employees who contract changes mid-year may need to adjust their donation.
Yeah,
Okay. Donated days are non-refundable in the event of separation, transfer, or loss of membership.
mhm.
How do they lose their membership?
So,
They ask me for a day and I say no.
In the event
That's
of
not a loss
separation.
of membership.
Yeah, I'm
That's
out of the
just a-
bank.
What?
I'm out of the bank. If, I mean, in the years past, let's say I'm currently part of the sick leave bank.
Yeah.
And Brooke says, hey, sick leave bank, we need more days. And I say, I don't wanna give you any more days. I'm out of the bank.
Oh, I thought you meant,
like.
yeah, you're I'm
person.
denying your
We just
request,
got
therefore
feedback.
you're out of the
You're out,
bank.
Rusty. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
We're just taking your day.
But no, loss of membership, so that's how I would lose membership of the sick leave bank.
Okay, if you didn't wanna contribute, then,
Yeah.
yeah, you- okay.
If you're not able to receive.
Bank capacity, the bank makes, this format's driving me nuts. The bank may accumulate days from year to year up to a maximum of twice the number of eligible employees. So if there's 10 employees, the bank can only have 20 days.
okay,
Is that what that's saying?
that's how I'm reading
That's how I'm
it.
reading it too.
Mhm.
Okay. So if there's 100 employees, then it can only have 200 days.
Right, right.
Okay.
Do you know how much we average?
You might wanna change that.
I'd have to pull it up.
I don't know what all y'all are doing. I'm
Do you
just
wanna
trying to
change
figure
that
it out.
language, Brooke? 'Cause, I mean.
What would you like to change it to?
Well, I don't know what the purpose behind having a maximum on it is. Is there a reason behind having a maximum? Is there a reason, like?
Well,
maybe-
if you don't have a maximum and you've got 4 requests all at once.
Right.
Because everybody had a rash outbreak of COVID and everyone's gonna be out for 4 weeks each. But we only have so many days in the bank.
Right.
How are you gonna divvy it up?
That's the question. So that's why I'm saying, why do we have a maximum capacity? Why isn't it just,
Because then why should you have more of an expectation on everybody else that didn't get COVID? When the requirement is only 1 day or 2 day, and if we wanna maintain solvency to support all of these people that wanna use the days, I mean, you can only have so many. Does that make sense?
I get it. You have to have the bank to support, the members in your
Right.
in your club, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. So I mean, I can't imagine that you would have 4 employees needing that, but I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I'm not HR.
but the cap, it
But-
is what it is. I
But
mean,
remember, this is for catastrophic, and so when we're talking about catastrophic, and I would hopefully that wouldn't take place, but
Right.
we have a large number of staff members.
Right.
And heaven forbid, we have 4 members that have to take their 85, they're allowed to take 85 days total in a career, and they have to take all 85. I mean, I know that would be worst case scenario, but now
Right.
we've got 4 people who are doing that, that's gonna put us at capacity. So that's why I'm just asking why there's a maximum of 200, or whatever the cap
I don't
is.
know why.
Yeah.
and you'd have to do the math every year. All right, so do we have enough?
So that's why I just don't understand why there's a, I
Right.
mean,
I
I
get what
don't
you're
understand why
saying.
there's
Either
a
you
maximum.
have it or you don't, right? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying it could just be an endless number of days. I don't understand why there's a maximum of twice the number of
I don't
people.
know, I would.
I don't know,
mean,
maybe
we-
for look at the-
You could strike that out, and then if it's depleted, we ask for more. Is that what we're saying? I mean, we're gonna ask for more anyways, but,
Well, to me, it can't exist if you can't.
right,
double-
so
if
I
you
would
can't double-
strike it.
I think so too.
So the bank has no capacity?
No, I think it should have an
Unlimited.
It- Unlimited
Yeah,
capacity.
we shouldn't
I'm saying there
cap
shouldn't
it.
be a top
Don't
to it.
cap it.
I'm saying there should be
Okay.
a cap. That's like maybe.
Or,
what I was
or
saying
even a
is something
stipulation
wrong.
to exist. And in this case, if we don't have the double amount of leave versus the.
Except, I guess here's where I think trying to flip it from a devil's advocate position. If I'm a member of the bank
Mhm.
and I don't know what's gonna be expected, and then all of a sudden I get an email that says, hey, we need more, we need more, we need more.
Mhm.
But there's no explanation as to why. I don't know how many days we have to begin with.
Right.
Nobody's reporting to me. I'm not the superintendent, I'm not the LEA president, and I'm
Mhm.
not the board, so I can't go request a report. I have no assurance. I mean, I think it would be easier from an employee standpoint if I'm like, okay, so I know we've got 200, but we've got extra people that need more time. I think as an employee, I would be more apt to saying, yes, I'll give you my time, than to just it be ambiguous and out there and
No,
not
I-
have any boundaries.
I was just wondering what the purpose behind the maximum.
Well, I
is.
don't know
Yeah.
what the purpose is.
I'm just wondering if
I'm
there was, like, there was
just-
some sort of legal thing along the way, or maybe what you said you get audited some, if you have to send it in for.
I mean, we do get
Yeah,
audited.
yeah.
Well, that's a
So there might be
benefit,
some-
you know, so, yeah.
This
I mean,
definitely.
I don't care.
this could this probably does come from an auditing
Mhm.
standpoint because on our sick leave in on our sick leave bank,
'Cause this is a money thing.
This is accrued as a liability.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And I know that the board has religiously asked, what is the value? And we haven't
Yeah.
been able to be provided with anything.
and I appreciate what you're
but-
saying, Michelle, I totally get
Yeah.
what you're saying, cause I know that I work with people that would be like, well, no, I'm not just gonna give you a plethora of my days without
Right.
knowing what the cap is.
Right.
I was just asking about the why.
Now,
behind it.
as far as like a value, that's kind of hard to provide
Yeah, because
because
it
everybody's
depends.
salary
It's
is
different.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, you could do an average, and maybe from the auditor standpoint, that's what they do. I would have to ask them
But-
how they.
It does say down here later, Brooke, that the day that does the employee get their rate of pay? Cause over here it says for unrelated, the first 2 days of approved sick leave will be unpaid at a rate equal to the current substitute daily rate. So when an employee asks for a sick leave day from the sick bank, and I know that's usually more than one day, obviously, it's a couple days usually, are they getting their daily rate of pay, or are they getting like the sub rate of pay? How does that?
It's supposed to be the sub rate.
So then you could give a monetary value
Yeah.
because I'm not getting my pay, I'm getting the subs pay for that. So then each day in that class or in that certified bank is worth a sub day.
Yeah, so I will clarify with
Okay.
Jessica on how the auditors are reporting that.
And in my previous districts, we paid you at your rate. That's what we did.
The
Okay, what?
the
We paid
question,
at the rate. If,
Oh,
so if
right,
we
right,
gave
right.
it to, because it's just like a regular day, you know. So.
Well, if it's sick leave, I would think that it would be your pay.
Right, I agree.
But I
But
don't-
coming from the sick bank is different from my sick leave because I've already used up all my sick leave, which is my rate of pay, and now I'm taking from the bank, which is going to be a reduced amount of pay.
But you gave the bank your rate
I
of
did
pay.
Right,
for them
you
one
did.
day. I
That-
did.
that's the
Right.
point.
But I don't. Again, that's why I don't have those numbers and I don't see the
And
dollar.
then,
yeah.
and then when you're allocated
Yeah.
those sick leave days from the bank, you're being allocated based off of your pay.
Well, you just said I was getting,
No,
Sub
you're
pay, that's
you're
right.
you're not getting sub pay.
oh, okay.
You're not.
Oh.
You're so like if I give a sick leave bank, you've requested it and I
Right.
give it to you.
Yeah, I am still getting
It's-
paid.
it's-
Oh, I am
you're-
still getting
yes,
paid. Okay, so then
yes.
I was misreading this down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question though, real quick on the max. Oh, sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
no, sorry, I was thinking out loud.
Oh, I have a question on the max though. So say we have 100 employees to start with. They've all given their day.
Mhm.
And then we lose 75 of those employees and we only have 25 left. We would have exceeded the amount of
Yep.
the employees. So then a new person comes in and wants to join, but we already have exceeded the amount of hours or the amount of days for the employees. So how does that work?
That's why that's honestly that's why I feel like that
Just strike it.
should be struck.
The bank capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's a good point.
If not completely struck, then at least to have that parameter of solvency, the bank must maintain a certain level in order to be solvent. If it goes below that limit, then days may be requested. So-
I would rather do that so that, oopsies, looky there.
So that way we,
Match
if
that up.
we wanna stay solvent, so if we get down to like that 50-day mark,
Mhm.
but we know we have over 200 employees, then we obviously would want more days. So
So
if we
the
had like
bank
a
sh-
minimum.
The
that we
bank
must
should
have.
maintain a
A
minimum
and
of
then- yeah.
1 day for each member
Yeah, I
that
think that
there
would be
is
reasonable.
within the,
That's
do
interesting.
you think that
Yeah.
would be appropriate?
Mm-hmm.
Would that then in the
One
long
day?
run,
I don't know about 1 day, I don't know what the minimum would be.
would that then if we have an influx of new people joining though, would that cause more days to be required?
So Brooke, in looking at that, what would you say the average number of days requested at any given time are? Like, is there
Average.
kind of an average
They had well.
I mean, it's-
I think they can only request 20 days at a time.
at one time? And then they can put in a secondary request
Yes.
after that?
Yes.
So, yeah, so we're looking at,
Well, bottom line, if we don't have it, we don't have it.
we don't, so.
Right, and that's when, to me, I don't know, setting a minimum, I think it's a
It's a
good
benefit,
idea
not a
in theory.
requirement.
I just don't know in practice, you know, again, that's you monitoring it, so we're under 50 hours or whatever it is, or 25 hours, then at that point, you're asking for more donations, is that it? Is that, let's ask this question, is it
That's
better?
kind of what we do, when,
Right, right.
when Brooke sees
So
it
what-
going
so
low,
that's
she
the
puts
next
the
question,
request
so
out.
what's low to you?
What's low to me would be probably, I would say, I mean, if the max that somebody can contribute or request is 85 days, think about that.
Okay.
So that's one person. I mean, I think if you're falling under maybe 200 days on a certified side, that's, you know, a warning that maybe we should ask for more.
Is that when you ask for more, is 200, you're looking at 200?
If-
Right now, I'm just asking in practice, what have you been doing in that sense?
I would have to go back and see, I mean, we were almost to zero on the classified when we asked.
Yeah,
And there's
For
two
that.
different banks?
There's two different banks,
Okay.
because one's based on hours,
Hours and the other's on days,
days.
yep, yep, so.
that was one of my clarifying questions one time.
Yeah.
It's
So-
interesting to me that I just didn't think about the discrepancy, but when I joined, I made $28,000 a year.
Mhm.
And now if I were to take my daily rate of pay, so does it get unbalanced? Cause all of us are generally joining at the beginning and then if we have, it just ends up
I
working
think it
out.
averages out, yeah.
Okay.
So the sick leave bank is for all employees, administrative, everyone.
Whoever
Whoever
is
wants to join
eligible for
and-
sick leave,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
and
okay.
wants to join.
All right, so I would say the bank must maintain a minimum equivalence of 1 day for each member. Because then at least you know you have a base. And then if there's no cap on how much the bank can acquire, you know, I think if you're doing your due diligence, which I know you do, if you're like, okay, we're only down to 20 days and
Oh,
we
yeah,
haven't
that
started
would
the
happen.
school year,
Brooke would be honest.
you're going to be saying, you know, and I think, I don't know, but I would assume you're not just sending out an email that says, hey, I need a day. You're giving them context why you need it. So,
Well, I've only had to send out one email.
well,
Trust me.
and plus, if the banks doesn't have a minimum, then you need to let everybody know, hey, to maintain membership, I need you to contribute a day because we've fallen below the minimum.
Mhm.
Instead of we're at the maximum, so we're not acquiring anymore.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Are we comfortable with that? Okay. So withdrawal limits, the total, the total withdrawals in any year shall not exceed the bank's maximum capacity. Okay.
Yeah, I think they get
Nope.
it.
Shall not exceed, employees. I want to say contracted time, but classified are on contract.
Withdrawal limits, total withdrawals in any year shall not exceed. I mean, okay, an individual may withdraw up to 85 during their employment. Shall not exceed the employee's assignment, I guess. And it, 85 days, it wouldn't anyways. I mean, because the max that they can get is 85, and you have a teachers that are on at 190. And
Right, so I mean, if a teacher starts the year off and finds out that they're needing to take sick leave for the remainder of the year, so you're looking at 180 days. I mean, I don't know that we would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, given that the next line says you can withdraw 85 during your employment.
Your whole employment, yeah.
So, but at least you're giving them a boundary. You know, you potentially might need an entire year's contract's worth, but we're only going to give you 85.
Yeah.
So,
I think there also needs to be clarifying language in there too with your employment, like the entire duration of your employment. Like if I take 85 days and I quit and then I'm rehired at a different point, does that start over?
During their employment with the district, I mean, that kind of says that, well, I mean, that's a good point. It's not-
Yeah, I mean, that 85 days
But
should,
you're back with this district,
I guess.
is it, yeah,
cause it says with the district, right? So regardless
regardless if
if
they
it's
continue,
in one
regardless if
contracted
it's
year, or
continu-
it's just the time that you worked for
you could say
Lakeland.
regardless if it's continuous employment.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like continuous or non-continuous.
Mhm.
what's that word?
Non-continuous? You don't like it? I love it.
Choppy.
We're going to go with varied. I don't think that's the right word either, but it's, contractual has a start and a stop date, and then you pick up. So like, I guess I'm just thinking, we're under contract with some SLPs. Oh, but that's through a contract, that's not through, but we could, I don't know, there's just all sorts of weird wanky things that could come up. But I guess if it comes up, then you would pull the policy and be like, hey, we need changes.
Agreed.
Fragmented?
Oh,
That's a good word.
Fragmented employment? Or fragmented, okay.
Perfect.
Did you just look it up on a thesaurus?
I did.
Thank you.
I love
I would, but,
thesauruses.
me too.
Use and regulations. To use the sick leave bank, the employee is in incapacitated must provide written confirmation that all personal leave has been exhausted, submit written medical verification of the illness or injury.
Instead of just personal leave, can you say provide written confirmation that all paid time off has been exhausted?
Good.
Wouldn't that just be paid leave?
Yes, that's fine, paid
Okay.
leave, that all paid leave, I want, it's, cause we have personal leave, we have vacation leave, we have sick leave, we want all that to be exhausted.
All of it's exhausted. Submit written medical verification of illness or injury. Complete and submit a sick leave bank request form with all required documentation. Submit documentation of their expected return to work date and details of any part-time accommodations. Okay. For each unrelated prolonged illness or injury, the first 2 days of approved sick leave will be unpaid at a rate equal to the current substitute daily rate.
That's why I was misreading. I'm
Yeah.
only gonna lose money, I'm not gonna lose my rate of pay, I'm only gonna lose a
The
sub
sub rate,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The first 2 days of approved sick leave,
So we have to
Will
take
be
unpaid.
unpaid.
Yeah.
so you're not paid for it.
Well, we are, but we're only getting paid the amount of, we're only being deducted
The sub rate.
the
of
sub
a-
rate.
of
So
100, yeah.
I'm not, I have to take unpaid leave,
Mhm.
but I'm not losing all of my money. I'm only losing what it costs for a sub to be paid for those first 2 days of me
Okay,
being
I
gone.
understand too now. So, it's just part of the policy that you have to take.
You do, you have to take the first 2 days unpaid, but less basically the amount of the sub. So I'm still
So
getting,
if your daily rate of pay is $200 and
the
the
sub
sub
costs
is
100,
110, then
I'm
you're
getting my 90.
Yeah.
90. Okay.
That's actually new, because I took an entire week of unpaid and it was unpaid.
It was a.
I've done that too.
Hmm?
I've done that too, and it was.
Okay, request will,
I mean, it's been 19 years.
request will
Well,
be
I've done it way more
reviewed
recently than that.
by the sick leave council with decisions issued in writing within 5 working days.
So do you wanna cut and paste that up at the top, or the 5 days, cause we put down
Well,
up top there, yeah.
right, up here though, this is the administration, is that it's coming from you, not the sick leave bank.
Yeah, and so
Or
you can,
council.
you can delete that part down below.
Okay. Okay. It should be when approved. When approval has been decided, the district will transfer the approved days from the bank to the employee's leave record. It's not really the district, is it? It's human resources. Oopsies. Grants are typically retroactive. However, advance grants may be issued with appropriate medical documentation. Okay, now we're throwing in grants. What's this stuff?
Well,
If they're paying for the grant, right?
the sick leave, no, the sick leave bank is
Oh, grant.
basically a
Oh, grant.
grant. I
Okay,
mean, you
yeah.
can change the language if you want, from grant.
Well, we haven't
Sick leave,
mentioned-
you could say sick leave bank allocations are typically,
Well, what if?
however, advanced allocations instead of grants.
That's a bummer.
Oh my
Apparently,
God.
they suck, guys.
Maybe issued with appropriate medical documentation.
Those are our lovely construction workers out there.
Can't believe that was the extent of their language.
I know.
This would have been a lot worse.
It was if you caught the first part.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
I did not either.
I'm stoked about the news.
Me too. This is why concrete's gotta be done before school starts.
Yes, question though. Okay, so what is an advanced allocation would be that I'm not leaving now, but I know I have to have surgery and I'm gonna have 4 weeks of,
Mhm,
okay,
yeah.
so that would be an advanced allocation.
Mhm.
With appropriate medical documentation, but we're telling them already, if anything's gonna be beyond 5 days, there has to be medical. So isn't there medical, I mean, and I don't know this, but do people use the sick leave bank for just 1 day?
I have before.
Okay.
They
all right
have.
then. Okay, 1 day would require medical documentation?
I mean, for the sick leave bank, it does
Well,
require it.
in
It
all
does
fairness,
because
they
it's
would
in
have
the
already given
application.
medical, because like you
Yeah, the
just
5
said,
days.
if they've gone over their 5 days, Brooke would already have that information, and then let's say.
And it's required in their application
Yeah.
to provide
And
that.
so that would already be she would already have that information based on that, and if I, had surgery and I needed 20 days, but I only had 15 sick days, then I'm going to go deficit by 2, and I'd need 3 days from her,
Okay,
or from the bank. I'd need 3 days from the
right,
bank,
right.
so.
But I thought the only time we were asking was if they were gonna be out for 5 days or more.
Well, and it's also in the application where it talks about the application, it says plus required documentation. And the required documentation is, actually their doctor has to sign that application.
Okay, alright, so, alright, so eligibility, enrollment period, capacity, to access this, okay. Okay, so they have to submit medical verification of illness or injury. So, is this even?
Maybe issued after review of appropriate medical documentation. After review of the provided medical documentation.
Okay. Alright,
Pen it down.
anything else?
No, but you got a policy done
You
in
did.
a day.
Very proud of all of
Perfect
you.
timing.
Guys, you're worrying me a little bit, really? Does this not happen on a
No.
regular
Are you
basis?
kidding me?
One time we were on policy for.
Oh my
Eight
gosh.
I think like
I just want to
8.
contribute
I started-
to
I
my
started
nice
small.
handiwork
Yes,
already
thank
ahead of
you.
time.
Thank you, yes, you took
At
care
the
of
end of
business.
April, and we finished it mid-June.
Oh, Jesus.
It
Was it
depends
the
on,
policy?
It was the RIF policy was a fun one, and then the supplemental materials policy was a
RIF
fun
policy, a
one.
policy Brooke never wants to use in her whole entire life.
The RIF. I think though that we did good work on
Oh my
that.
God, we never have
I can go through and format it,
So I think we did good work on that one though, the RIF policy.
The RIF?
Yeah.
cause I know it's driving
We
you
went back.
insane right now.
it is, but I'll adjust, I just am like, wow.
Yeah, I only show up to
all this
these meetings when there's something that piques my.
It's
I
better
don't
than what it
think
was in
fire
the
drills and
negotiated
backers.
agreement.
What?
Trust me.
Not really?
I do. So,
Okay.
alright, so we're golden.
We should just say.
Let's go ahead and end recording.
Gosh, I